Welcome back to your mat for this vinyasa practice. Go ahead and grab your mat, and if you would like, grab a set of blocks or pillows. I'm actually going to make use of one at this beginning of our practice. I'm going to have a seat on the block. What that does is helps to kind of relieve a little bit of tension in the hips. It makes those hip flexors a little bit longer. I just find it feels really nice. So I'm going to sit on top of that block or just come to a seated position, sitting up nice and tall in that spine. Just take a deep breath through the nose. Exhale, let it go. You are here now. Anything that has happened before this moment doesn't matter, and anything that's going to happen after doesn't matter. What matters is that you're here now, connecting to your body, to your breath, to the flow. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, let it go. On this inhale, lift the shoulders up to the ears, and as you exhale, roll them down the back. Do that again. Inhale, shoulders to the ears. Exhale, roll them down. On this next breath, inhale, reach those arms overhead. As you exhale, take a little twist to that right side, looking over that right shoulder, sitting up nice and tall in that spine. Inhale back to center and exhale over to that left side. Inhale back to center. Exhale, bring those palms together in front of the heart. Take a nice breath here and let it go. Give yourself permission as we move through our practice to honor your body as it showed up today. If there are movements that don't feel right on your body, come to a child's pose or a seat, or hold on to that downward dog. If at any point you feel like you could push a little more, do it. This is your practice. I'm taking a moment just to set an intention for this class, to be here now, to honor your body in this space as you showed up. Enjoy your practice. Inhale, reach those arms overhead. Exhale, let them go. Inhale, reach overhead. Exhale, let them go. If you've had a seat on top of a block, go ahead and shift to one side. We're going to get rid of that thing. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together, coming into this butterfly, sitting up nice and tall, maybe even hinging forward. Lifting it up, inhale. As you exhale, bring the feet together, soles flat onto the ground. Give yourself a hug. And then we're going to cross those ankles. We're going to rock forward and back until we come all the way into that tabletop position. Flatten those toes. Those wrists are right underneath those shoulders, knees underneath those hips. Drop the belly with the inhale. And as you exhale, round the spine. 2 more rounds. Drop the belly with your inhale. As you exhale, round the spine. 1 more with your breath, and then we'll meet in that nice flat back tabletop. Right hand forward, left leg back, coming into this bird dog. Maybe the foot is elevated, maybe toes touch the ground. Looking for some length here. Reach, 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 and release. Left arm, right leg, we reach. Release, back to the right arm, left leg. Maybe you connect elbow to knee underneath the belly and reach. Release, switch, left arm, right leg. Maybe you connect elbow to belly. Release. Tabletop. Curl those toes, lift the hips, coming into that first downward dog. Finding your downward dog here. Maybe you find stillness. Maybe you inhale, bend one knee, exhale, bend the other. Inhale, lift both heels. Exhale, draw them down. Bend those knees, look forward between the hands, take a walk forward. Keep that bend in those knees, grab opposite elbows, coming into your ragdoll. Allow the head to be heavy here. Connecting back to that breath. In Vinyasa, we try to aim for an Ujjayi breath, in through the nose, out through the nose. But I want you to do your best to just notice your breath today. It doesn't have to be perfect. It never is. It's yours. That's what makes it good. Release those elbows, tuck that chin, roll it all the way to the top. Head lifts, shoulders roll up and back. Inhale, lift it up, interlace those fingers. Take it over to that right side. Nice and tall. Notice here if you're leaning forward, can you push it back a little bit? We're going for that nice long spine today. Lift it up. Over to the left. Lift it up. Swan dive forward, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, downward dog. Inhale, lifting that right leg, flex that foot, open the hip, bend the knee. Inhale to lift a little higher. Exhale, square off that hip. Right foot meets the left. On your next inhale, lifting that left leg, flexing that foot, bending the knee, opening the hip to that left side. Inhale to lift, exhale, square it off. From here, pull that belly button to the spine, roll forward, high plank. Drop those knees. Lower down, chin, chest. Butt stays up. Inhale, heart forward. Cobra. Bend those elbows. Take it back. Child's pose. Big toes touch, knees wide. Maybe connect that forehead to the ground. Walk the hands to the right. Walk the hands through the center over to that left side. Back to center. Rock forward, high plank or tabletop. I'm gonna go for tabletop. If you're in that plank, drop those knees, tabletop. Curl those toes, lift the hips, downward dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step that right foot to that right thumb, coming into this low lunge. Option here to make use of those blocks surrounding that foot. Go ahead and drop that back knee, flatten the back toe. Hands can stay where they are, or maybe you lift them up toward the sky. Beautiful. From here, shifting back a little, coming into that half split. This is for my runners. If you like to run or walk, this is such a good stretch for you. Bend that knee, curl the back toe, lift the back knee, low lunge. Step it back, downward dog, or I'm gonna give you the option to step into plank. Stay in that downward dog or roll forward to plank. We'll move through that vinyasa. Maybe you drop those knees, lower down chest and chin, inch forward for that upward dog, and bring it back, downward dog. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, step that foot through, coming into that low lunge. Again, option to use those blocks. What they do is help bring the floor to you. They help you keep that nice long line through the spine. They're amazing tools. I love using them in my practice. Option here, drop the knee, flatten the toe. Stay here, pushing those hips forward. You might feel pretty intense in that hip flexor. Option to lift those arms up. And then hinging back, coming into that half split. Release, bending that knee, curl that toe, lift the back knee, step it back, plank or downward dog. Option to move through that vinyasa, lowering down chaturanga. Heart forward, upward dog, keep those elbows bent. Take it back, downward dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. Turn that back foot flat, coming into that warrior one. Rising up, lifting those arms overhead. Maybe those arms stay apart. Maybe those palms touch. It just depends how those shoulders are feeling, how they show up. Remember, you always have so many options in yoga. Release those hands, goalpost, open up. Option to bring the hands behind the back, interlace those fingers, lift it up. If you're here and you would like to go for humble warrior, we're going to hinge forward, maybe bringing that shoulder to the inside of that knee. Maybe those hands stay where they are, or maybe they lift up off that lower back. Release the hands down to that lower back, lifting it up. Release those hands down and up. Lifting up and open, warrior two, sinking in. We're going to take it forward and back. Forward and back. Reach that right arm open, lift it up and back, coming into that reverse. Straighten that leg, hinge forward, coming into your triangle. Beautiful. Keep holding on to that triangle. It looks so good. Got some music. Oh, you might have to hit a button. Beautiful triangles. Here we go. Opening up nice and wide. Bringing that left hand down to tap the right. Lift it up. Left hand taps down. Lift it up, holding here in that triangle. Rolling that top shoulder back. And then lift it up. Toes out, heels in, sinking down into that goddess. Hey, my hips are a nice chorus over here. I don't know about you. Pressing it up to star. Lowering down to goddess. Pressing up to star. Turn toes in, heels out. Hands to the hips. Lift that heart, hinge forward. Maybe those hands walk down the legs. Maybe they come underneath the shoulders. Let that head be heavy here. Walking it over to that right side. Turn all the toes. Coming into that low lunge. Left hand stays down. Right hand lifts for your low lunge twist. Surround that right foot, step back into that plank and lower. Always that option to roll back to that downward dog. We'll meet you there. Bend those knees, look forward between the hands, step, hop, or float forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, toe heel those feet together, sinking back, reaching up, chair pose. Oh yeah. Squeeze, 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 sink low, push those shins back. And release, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to that plank and lower. Heart lifts with your inhale and downward dog on your exhale. Inhale, lift that left leg. Exhale, step it forward between those hands. Turn that back foot flat. Inhale, rising up, warrior one. Sinking into that front leg. Bending those elbows maybe, coming into that goalpost. And maybe bringing those hands behind the back like we did on the other side, opening that heart. Option to hinge forward, coming into that humble warrior. Maybe those hands stay on that lower back, or maybe they lift off. Release those hands to the lower back. Lift. Untangle those fingers, lifting it up, warrior one. And then lift that back foot. Turn the back foot, opening into that warrior two, sinking in. Maybe finding a little movement in that waist. Hinging forward, flip that left palm, lift it up and back for your reverse. Nice. Lots of length here. Straightening that front leg, cartwheel those arms down, coming into triangle. Right hand taps down, meeting the left. Lift it up. Right hand taps down and lift. Inhale, lifting those arms. Turning toes out, heels in, sinking down, goddess. Press to star. Sinking it down. Press to star. Turning toes in, heels out. This time maybe interlacing those fingers behind the back. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, start to take your fold. Stopping wherever you would like. If you've got those fingers interlaced and on the lower back, maybe you lift them off the lower back, coming into that shoulder stretch. Release those hands to the lower back and then untangle those fingers, bringing the hands underneath the shoulders. Walk over to that left side, turning all the toes, coming into that low lunge. This time, right hand stays down, left hand lifts for your low lunge twist. Lots of length, open that top shoulder. And surround that left foot, step back, high plank and lower. Heart lifts with your inhale and we'll meet in downward dog on your exhale. Deep breath, bend those knees, look forward between the hands, step hop or float those feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, toe heel those feet together, sinking back, reaching up, chair pose. Bring those palms together in front of the heart. Inhale, looking to that right side. You can either take that twist up high or tilt forward, bringing that elbow to the outside of the knee. Take your twist in your chair. Inhale back to center, reach those arms high. Exhale, fold. Go ahead and separate those feet about 2 fists width apart. Deep bend in the knees, taking those peace fingers, wrapping around the big toe. Inhale, heart lifts, and exhale, take your fold. Working to pull that belly button into the spine, bringing those elbows out to the side. You're rooting down in your feet, but also pulling up on that big toe. You're resisting yourself. Inhale, release, lifting up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, toe heel those feet together, sinking back, reaching up, chair pose. Bring the hands together in front of the heart. This time, inhale, look to the left. Take that twist up high or hinge forward, bringing the elbow to the outside of that knee. Inhale, bringing it back to center. Reach those arms up high. And exhale, fold, separating those feet 2 fists width. Deep bend in the knees, either taking those peace fingers, wrapping around the big toe, or sliding your hand underneath your foot so your toes come up to your wrist. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, take your fold. Still finding that resistance, even if your hand is underneath your foot. Inhale, release those hands, lifting up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, turn those toes out, heels in. As you exhale, we're gonna lower down into our Balasana Yogi Squat. Oh, yeah. On your next exhale, straighten those legs, turn the toes forward and fold. We're gonna do that again. Inhale, toes out, heels in, lowering down to your yogi squat, wherever you can lower to. And on your next exhale, straightening those legs, turning those toes forward and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back into that plank and lower. Inhale that heart forward when you're ready. And exhale, we'll meet in downward dog. Dropping those knees, tabletop. We're gonna set up for camel, walking those hands back, coming to a stand on those knees. This is one of those times if you have books or blocks, they can be helpful. We have lots of options here. Inhale, lifting those arms overhead. Exhale, bring the hands behind the back, fingers up, pushing those hips forward, rolling those shoulders back. You can be right here. This is amazing. Super open, super vulnerable. If that feels pretty good and you want to release your hands to your blocks or to your heels, that's always an option as well. slowly lift it up, release, coming into that tabletop. We're gonna do it again, but we start in that flat back, taking a couple of breaths. Walking those hands back. Inhale, lifting those arms up. Exhale, hands to that top of the pants line, pushing those hips forward, opening that heart, staying here, maybe letting the head fall back, maybe reaching down for your blocks or for your feet. And slowly release, coming to that tabletop. Taking a couple of breaths here. And on your last exhale, go ahead and curl those toes, lift the hips, coming into that downward dog. Bend those knees, look forward between the hands, step hopper, float those feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend those knees, slow roll to the top. Setting up for a couple of balance poses. We'll start with tree, anchoring down into that left leg. Right foot can come to a kickstand, or maybe place it on your calf or somewhere above the knee. Lifting those arms up, bringing the palms together in front of the heart. Taking a breath. Maybe pressing those palms overhead. Maybe even opening those arms up to the sides, letting those branches grow big and strong. Lifting those hands up, palms together, and release, shaking it out. Finding our tree on the other side, rooting down through that right foot, coming to a kickstand, or bringing your foot to the lower leg or above the knee, recognizing that it doesn't have to take the same shape on both sides. Part of honoring your body. Lifting those arms overhead, pressing those palms together. Maybe pressing those hands overhead. Maybe opening those arms. We're building ankle strength here. Hands overhead, palms together, and release. Shake it off. Shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. All right, we'll do one more. Pressing into that left foot, we're going to bring that right knee into the chest, give it a hug, maybe rotate that ankle. Maybe grabbing underneath that thigh and just kicking that leg. Kick, kick, kick. From here, taking that left hand to the outside of that right leg, taking a little twist to that right side. Maybe that right arm reaches back. Coming back to center, lifting a little higher, and release. Inhale, exhale, pressing into that right foot, lifting up that left leg, bringing it in, giving it a hug, rotating that ankle, and then maybe grabbing underneath that thigh, kicking that leg out, taking right hand to the outside of that left leg, opening up to that left side. Maybe that left arm reaches behind you. Bringing it back to the front, lifting that left leg a little higher, and then release. Beautiful. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, downward dog. Slow roll forward to that high plank. Wiggle that right hand to center. Turn the toes to the left. We're coming into our side plank, lifting that left arm high. So those feet can be stacked, or one can be in front of the other, or you can drop that right knee down. Maybe that left hand comes over that ear, pinky spiraling down, long line through that left side body. And release, coming back to that high plank. Wiggle walk that left hand to center, turning the toes to the right. Right arm lifts. Remember, those feet can be stacked or one in front of the other, or you can drop that left knee. Right hand lifting over that right ear, pinky spiraling down, reaching here, creating that nice long line. And release, coming back to that high plank. Drop those knees, hinging back, child's pose. Reconnecting with the breath here. When you're ready, curling those toes, lifting those hips, downward dog. Coming into some hip stretches. Inhale, lift that right leg. Exhale, step that right foot to the outside of the right hand, setting up for lizard. Drop that back knee, flatten the back toe. Staying up here on those hands, or if you would like, coming down to those forearms. We're going to spend 1 minute here. Slowly releasing, coming back to those hands. Maybe shifting those hips back, coming into that half split, flexing that right foot, toes lifting up. Bend that right knee. Go ahead and curl the back toe, lift the back knee, coming into that low lunge, stepping back, downward dog. Inhale, lifting that left leg. exhale, step that left foot to the outside of that left hand, drop the back knee, flatten the back toe, coming into your lizard on this side, allowing those hands to be flat or coming onto those forearms. We're here for 1 minute. And releasing, coming back onto those hands, maybe shifting back, straightening that front leg, coming into that half split. And then bending that front knee, curl the back toe, lift the back knee, step it back, downward dog. Bend those knees, look forward between the hands, walk the feet to the hands, and then come to a seat. We'll bring the soles of the feet together, knees wide. Sitting up nice and tall in this butterfly. We'll hinge forward, holding this for 1 minute. Maybe even using blocks or books to shove under those legs or to reach forward. And release, sitting up nice and tall. Extending those legs out to the sides, flexing those feet. Reaching those hands through center, walking forward until you feel that ping in your inner thighs, and then taking it like an inch more, hinging forward. We'll just take a few breaths here. And walking back, sitting up nice and tall. From here, crossing those ankles with the right leg forward or piling that right leg on top of the left. Reaching those goalpost arms up, bringing them closer together, and then hinging forward. And release. We'll cross the left over the right or pile left on top of right. Reaching those goalpost arms up, bringing those elbows closer and hinging forward. release. Go ahead and extend those legs long. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, folding forward. And then walk those hands back, bringing those arms in front of you, pulling that belly button in, rolling all the way back until you're all the way down on the mat, reaching those arms overhead, big stretch. And then take up space here, reaching those arms overhead, allowing that right arm to fall down by your side, followed by the left. Taking a nice breath. Exhale, let it go. Allowing yourself to be still, find stillness after our flow, allowing all the good energy to soak up in your body. Taking a few breaths here. And starting to wiggle those fingers and those toes, rotating wrists and ankles. Inhale, reaching overhead, big stretch. Exhale, knees into the chest, give yourself a hug, rocking side to side until you come to that right side, pausing for a breath here. And when you're ready, pressing your hands into the ground to bring yourself up to a seated position, sitting up nice and tall in that spine. Inhale, lifting those arms overhead. Exhale, palms together in front of the heart. Thank you so much for taking this time to come to your mat, to come to your practice, to move your breath and your body as one. And I hope that you take these moments and feelings and energy with you throughout the rest of your day and evening. Namaste. Woohoo! We did it!